on Pisa. It's kind of a nice neighborhood. It's in a good location. I did a little bit of driving around, and I've been here once before, and I drove around then too, and I felt pretty good about it. This house technically has RV boat park, but you'd have to be fairly skillful to like back something into here. But it's doable. I personally would start about here and just back it over the gravel. Fascia boards have been painted. Looks in pretty reasonable condition on the exterior. This is new carpeting. The paint was poorly done, but it's new. I wouldn't change it. This is what happens when you use the absolute wrong kind of paint for something like this. So I'm not too sure how to fix this. We could just take it out, and that might be your best approach. We could also use some of this fieldstone stuff. We've used this, it's a thin veneer that you epoxy or whatever, they glue it to it. And that's actually pretty good. So if we sandblasted this off and roughed it up, that might work just fine. Now this is just vinyl flooring, but it looks pretty good. I don't think I'd touch it. Looks really good. Now these are really inexpensive aluminum shades. These don't last, but you don't ever change them out unless you need to. But if we have to change out one, then we're going to change out this room because you want them to look reasonable. I love the sink. Okay, so what has happened in the past, this had an undermount sink, and then someone took a little saw, and we do this all the time. You can cut it out and they set this thing in. However, it's time to do it again. So the sink is about $160 installed. I put a new faucet in at the same time. That's $200 by the time it's installed. We do have some looser tiles in here, but I think I'd leave it alone. I don't know that it'd be worth doing $2,000 in granite to replace everything. That would be a call for the property manager. We got some chips in the floor and stuff here. I wouldn't do anything about that. Okay, this is a water conditioner here. And essentially you buy salt at Costco, put it in here. We take these out. These are $75 to dispose of.
Okay, just
get rid of them. We would not put the black light bulbs on there. Yeah. Now, no straps on this. This is an older water heater. And this is a replacement, but you can see this has been water damage in the past. The water heaters are going to last you 10 to 12, maybe 15 years at most. They're about $800 to replace. And when we get back in the car, I'll talk about cost control in your first year. Watch that step. Okay, you got it. But don't want to take the Air Force down on my first date with you. Rollers are good. Okay, what to do out here? Probably in this neighborhood I wouldn't do much. What we could do is we could gravel this in for about $600 or $800. I'm a little curious what happened there. I suspect that palm tree ate it and they replaced it, but I don't know. I would probably touch that up and leave the rest alone. I don't like That green right there. I don't think we have a problem, but there shouldn't be any green down there. Oh, I think that's just pollen. That's probably all it is. Blown up into spider webs. Yeah, that's probably all it is. The downstairs is pretty much ready to rock and roll. And the carpeting's all new. Layout is pretty good. When they had the carpeting out, they should have secured the floors. I'll explain why the squeaks occur and how we handle it when we replace carpeting. It's actually in pretty good shape. These are old smoke detectors. We normally can get a package of, I think, 4 or 5 for $79, and they last 10 years. Now, this is a real big mistake right here. They have caulked this thing in. You never do that. Part of what my guys do is they always take the caulking out. The reason is, if I have a problem and I have it caulked, it forces it into the ceiling downstairs and might go on for 6 months and have mold and everything. I want this out and in fact caulk underneath it. So if water comes out, I want it on their feet. Okay. Now call it in, we get it fixed. This is actually a nice property. There's almost no rehab in this guy. Good place.